Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a full face of new products. There's I think only one or two staples that I didn't have a new product for. Almost all of this is like brand new, like actually new out in the world. Some of it is just new to me, but a lot of this is like new stuff that has just come out. If this is your first time on my channel, what's up? Welcome. I would love to have you join our family. Click the subscribe button. That way it notifies you every time I upload. And if you want to be extra amazing, click the little bell next to the subscribe button and that will send you a notification every single time I upload a video so you won't miss a thing. The first product I'm going to try out today is this brush set by Vanity Planet. They sent this to me a while ago, but I am just getting a chance to try all of these out. Here is what the set looks like, kind of all together. It's a 15-piece brush set. It's got just about everything you need for any kind of look, really. I love some of these like little smaller brushes. I love using stuff like this for my lower lash line and to carve out my brows, and not very many brush sets come with one this small, but I love that size. So I'm going to be using these today since I'm trying all new products. I figured I would try new brushes too. Vanity Planet did reach out to me to try these brushes. As I'm using these, I'll kind of like review them and let you know what I'm thinking of them. Okay, so I just looked through my email because I remembered them saying they had a coupon code for you guys with this brush set. So I have a 70% off coupon code, which makes this entire set only $30. I feel like this would be a perfect beginner set because there's just about everything you need. So check the description box down below. I'll have my code down there. The first thing I'm going to try out is this new Becca primer, and this one I've been hearing so much about. I've seen a lot about it on Instagram and you know, all that kind of stuff. This is the Instant Complexion Refresher First Light Priming Filter. And it's like this violet color, so from what I understand, it's supposed to brighten your skin a lot, which I'm excited to try out. So we're gonna see how this goes. Oh my gosh, this kind of looks like, for any of you blondes out there, it kind of looks like a little violet or lavender shampoo or conditioner. I'm just going to kind of put this all over my face. This is supposed to give me like a really refreshed, like brightened look. This kind of smells like lemon pez. So we are going to be trying this out and see what this does for my foundation, which I'm also really excited to try my foundation. I'm going to be trying these NYX Cover Drops, which again, I've seen these all over Instagram. I just went ahead and bought a whole bunch of stuff. I feel like lately I've been such in a rut of using the same things over and over. But I was like, you know what, there's so many neat products out right now. I really want to try and see how some of them are. What I'm going to go ahead and use for this is this flat top brush here from this little set. I feel like this one is a lot like the one that NYX recommends you use the cover drops with. The only difference is it doesn't have that little divot in it, but I don't think that'll matter. So I'm just going to apply the drops straight to the brush because that's what this foundation wants you to do. I'm gonna go ahead and shake this baby up, give it a little shake here. A little shaky shake. I have no idea how many drops to use for this because I've never tried this before. Do like a little 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. Oh, and these brushes are synthetic, so it's not gonna like soak up all your product. So the color looks pretty good. It feels like super weightless. Feels actually really good. The color looks like it's gonna be okay. I don't have a fresh self tan on right now, but I kind of have the remains of one, so my neck is just a tiny bit darker than my face. I'm like feeling pretty pale at the moment. This brush is like blending this out super well. Since it's so liquidy, I was kind of expecting it to streak. I don't know if the brush is just applying it really well so it's not streaking, or if this just isn't going to be as streaky of a foundation as I thought it might be. My skin looks super glowy. It looks really nice. I think it's probably the primer because even my forehead looks pretty glowy. I've been loving this Tarte Shape Tape, so that is just what I'm going to use for my concealer, and I'm just going to do this how I normally would. This is like the best concealer ever, especially if you have fine lines underneath your eye. If you have not blessed your face with this concealer yet, like you're really missing out. I know it's obviously a pricier concealer, but it is entirely worth every single penny. So I'm just going to blend that out like I normally would. I cannot do concealer with a brush. I just can't. There's a concealer brush in here, but what I love concealer brushes for is carving out my eyebrows. I just can't do my concealer with anything other than a sponge. So to set my concealer, I'm just going to be using my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. My hair has got a mind of its own today. So I'm just going to be using this big fluffy, this one is so soft, oh my gosh. I am not baking my under eyes, sorry to disappoint. My skin has just been a little bit too dry for that. For my eyebrows, I'm going to be using this angled brush here in my Anastasia Dip Brow. The color I use is medium brown. I'm just going to comb through them with a spoolie real quick before I do this so I see exactly where I need to fill in, which per usual is just about everywhere. What I do for my eyebrows is I always get some product on my brush and then I wipe it on the back of the lid like this to remove any excess product, but also it helps get you a really thin tip on your brush so you can make really precise lines and hair-like strokes. So if you've ever had trouble with dip brow, seriously, that tip will save your life. Because I almost gave up on dip brow before I started doing that. I know a lot of you guys are going to be asking about the update on my eyebrow extensions. If you haven't subscribed to my vlog channel, I was updating over there, and actually in my most recent video that is on that channel right now, so you can just go to that page, and then the first upload I did an update on my eyebrow extensions and kind of explained what happened with them and how they were wearing and working. So if you're curious about that, go watch that video. I'll have it linked down below for you guys. Alright, for my bronzer, I'm just going to use this little kabuki, which I don't use kabukis very often, but I used to love them for bronzer. So I'm just kind of putting that on, and then I'll go back in with a different brush and add more definition, like where I would contour. Like, I know this is kind of extra, but I usually pull my hair back right here and like really get into my hairline, because it just kind of depends on how my self-tan is doing at the moment, but you don't want to have like a white hairline and then like a darker face, you know what I mean? And then to actually chisel out my cheekbones, I'm going to be using this angled brush here, and I'm still going to use Hoola. For blush, I'm just going to wipe off this big fluffy blush. I am going to use a little MAC Melba. This is not new, but I haven't used this in absolutely forever. I just bought a new pan of it. I feel like this blush literally goes with anything. It's so great. I love this brush. I'm just going to use this for a bunch of stuff. So I'm just kind of like wiping that off. And then I'm just going to kind of blend these two together. Then I'm going to contour my nose. I'm using this tiny little brush right here. This is absolutely perfect. I have a bump right here, so I really go in on the bump, like really go in on it. And that's usually where I start and drag it down after that. Snatch that nose, you know what I mean. And then as I've got the product on it, kind of over this bump too, I like actually put bronzer on the bump so it doesn't stand out the whole time. Trust me, this look will come full circle. I know it looks a little crazy right now. I really kind of go in on the tip of my nose too, and just kind of line it up with that line that I did earlier. Then for the tip of my nose, I just go like this and kind of round it out right here, so that it looks a little more like buttony and lifted. And once I put the highlight on, it just brings everything together. The contour, it helps a lot, but you know, then you just kind of have like a lot of shadow on your nose. This is a Violet Voss and Laura Lee palette. I have not used this yet. I've actually had this sitting around forever and I just haven't got a chance to use it, but this is the palette here. It is gorgeous. It's just kind of like a warm neutral palette with some really fun colors down here. I'm going to start with this one, just a fluffy blending brush. So that's the one I'm going to start with. This one is the one Britches. So far, this is like a really, really good pigmentation in these colors. I've actually never used anything from Violet Voss at all before this palette, so I'm really excited to use this. And next I'm going to go into Mama Bird. I'm sure you guys know this if you watch a lot of my tutorials, but I use just about the same brush for my entire eyeshadow look. A lot of you guys are probably wondering what the heck I'm doing, but this is normal. All right, I'm gonna go down here to Alabama. This is the last crease color I'm doing, I swear. This one is the color Whiskers. I'm taking this on that smaller brush that I was contouring my nose with, and I'm really gonna keep this like in my crease area. This brush is a little bit tapered, so as I'm like applying it, it's kind of like blending it out as it goes, which is amazing. I could not decide what I wanted to do, but I think I'm going to go into this color Yoshi. It's weird. This is like a really beautiful color. It's a brown, but it reflects green. I'm going to be putting this right here. Oh, I love this. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I picked this color. That is really bomb. It's weird. It's like kind of green, gold, brown. Oh my god. Miss Laura, you killed this palette, my love. This is like amazing. I'm obsessed with this. I can't believe I haven't pulled this out of my drawer yet. I had no idea what look I was even going to do when I sat down to film. I just know I wanted to try a bunch of products that I haven't used yet and kind of get out of my comfort zone. This has been a lot of fun. I'm just like dipping my finger into that color just barely and kind of right here in the center. Just adding a little more green. Right now what I'm using is that Mamba Bird color. And I'm just really keeping this on kind of the outer third of my eye. This is the next brush I'm using here. I feel like this could either be a concealer brush or a brush to pack on color. I'm just gonna go into this color Basic with this brush right here. Okay, so the next product that I'm going to be using is the Tarteist eyeliner. And I've heard so much about this, but I am so late to the game. I have not tried it yet. Look at the tip of that. It's really cool. It kind of just holds the liner right there. As you can see, it just kind of sits there right in the lid. It is very dark, which is fantastic. And it's going over this shimmery color with no problem, which is great. So for my lashes today, I'm going to be using these New Bounce lashes in the style Bella. They are just everything. They are so perfect. While that is on, I'm going to do my lipstick and my highlight. So for my highlight, this is not new, but it is new to me. This is the Laura Geller. It's called the Gelato Swirl Baked Highlighter. And this one is in the color Gilded Honey. A little tip if you don't have amazing cheekbones, because I don't. Some people, they're just like, and they look so good and like have an amazing natural shape to them, but mine are actually quite flat. My cheekbones have never been something amazing. So for me, some people do their fan brush like this. I like to do it like this. It kind of creates that C shape that we all want in a highlight. So I would go like that. For me, I feel like right here is so flat. When I just do like this, it just gives me like this flat line, and this gives me a lot more plumpness to my cheeks. And when I take pictures and stuff like that, it looks so much better. It looks like it's actually round right there, even though it's not. So little tip of the trade, if you don't have amazing cheekbones, just tip your fan brush upside down and it will give you a much better shape. Also, this highlighter is amazing. I'm really stoked about this. This is beautiful. I knew I was gonna have to buy this the second I saw it on Instagram. This is the first time I'm getting into it. This is the Anastasia lip palette where you can like mix and match your own color. This little thing here tells you all of your colors. Comes with this little spatula lip brush duo. So I'm gonna start with this color, which is number 11, and then I'm going to add a little bit of white and a little bit of this pink. All right, so there's my combo. I'm gonna take my lip brush and swirl these all together and see what I get. This looks like a perfect color for the look I just did. Alright you guys, this is the final look. I'm really loving the way it came out. I used all new stuff today, so it was really fun. Let me know if you guys like this type of video, if you like me doing like a full face of new products, new brushes, stuff like that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!